Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte looks to a partial lifting of the nationwide lockdown in place due to the coronavirus pandemic in the middle of May, according to reports. Italy has been the worst hit country in the world, and although there have been some encouraging signs in recent days, March 30 saw the lowest number of new cases in 13 days and the highest number of people recovering from the coronavirus since the beginning of the outbreak. The national authorities are now planning a gradual lifting of restrictions to prevent further infections. We have a report coming in from Jeremiah San Vicente Abad. Mia.
Hi, Alma. Good evening. Good evening to all the viewers. And today is April 1. It's day 22 of lockdown here in Italy. And as usual, I will give you the data. So the total number of people who tested positive for the coronavirus, including both healed and diseased, are 101,739 as per yesterday, March 31, 6 p.m. 75,528 are currently infected, of which 43,752 in isolation at home without symptoms or with mild symptoms. 27,795 are confined, and 3,981 are in intensive care. The people who recovered in the last 24 hours are 1,590, and this is the highest number since the beginning of the emergency here in Italy, bringing the total to 14,620 recoveries, while the total number of deaths recorded is 11,591 on the last day. So in 24 hours, the last 24 hours, there were 812 deaths. And the numbers in the intensive care units are decreasing, and it is a significant element. And this is what the Counselor for Welfare of the Lombardy region, Giulio Gallera, underlined in yesterday's live press conference on Facebook, adding that this data does not mean to say that we are in less need or that we can put our guards down. Gallera said there is a fact that leads us to hope, and that is that since March 24th, there is a trend of less patients in intensive care, and adding that the sacrifices and efforts we have made are beginning to produce a result. And at government buildings across the country yesterday, flags were lowered to half-staff, and Italians marked a minute of silence to honor the victims, most of whom were residents of the northern Lombardy province, Italy's financial and business heartland. The Lombardy city of Bergamo is Italy's hardest hit urban area, and for the 6th consecutive day, the growth of contagions in Lombardy is still decreasing, so it is a good news. And as the country moves into its 4th week of lockdown, the head of Italy's National Institute of Health, Silvio Brusaferro, announced that the country has reached a plateau or peak in its infection rate. And the past 24 hours saw 4,053 new infections, just 3 more than the previous day. Brusaferro said there should soon be a decline in new cases if we continue to place maximum attention on what we do every day. He added that it would not be wise to relax current restrictions on business and movement. And regarding this, the government's decision is to extend until April 13 all measures restricting individual activities and travel taken so far. This was said by the Minister of Health, Roberto Speranza, in a statement to the Senate. And yesterday, this is on a positive note, as announced, the municipality of Rome has started accepting submissions of requests to the government for what they call reddito di emergenza, or emergency income. It consists of financial aid from the government to help those with the lowest or without income, depending on the number of family members. And the financial aid ranges from 300 to 500 euros worth of gift checks. So I mentioned Rome because this is different city by city.
Tell me, how are communities in Italy coping with the isolation and quarantine measures in place? We know that, like Filipinos, Italians are likewise family-centered. So how are they coping?
Right now, they are focusing on family. They're focusing on quality time with family, with their children. So everybody now is busy baking, cooking, spending time because after this, after this COVID-19 is gone, hopefully soon, we
Hopefully,
will all
yes.
be back to normal, and so less family time because we're busy with work and everything. So everybody is just focusing on doing everyday chores, bonding with their family. And I can say that here in Italy, we are more positive. We talk about what's after this. We don't focus too much on the negative right now because we have to uplift ourselves and see the light after the tunnel.
I just read that parents are now permitted to take their bambinis for a walk. However, this rule only applies to one parent at a time and only if they walk close to home.
Yes,
Previously,
this
this
is
was
actually
not
a
allowed, right?
hot
Yes.
topic right now because especially the governors in the northern area, they think this is not a good idea. Obviously, we don't have to put down our guards. This comes from parents actually complaining about their children, their small children, as you said, from 1 year old to three-year olds, 4 years old, 4 year olds, because obviously they need to move a little bit. They can't just stay at home, and they can't stay recluded at home. So I think this decree was to see a compromise between families and the restrictive measures. But there are also moms of small children who are manifesting their being upset of this decree because we have to, of course, still be cautious and we cannot just give a signal that it's okay to go out because once you do, more people will start doing it. And so they clarified that this is not for everybody. Of course, this is just for small children, but still they are discouraging from doing it because if we encourage, if we're too loose,
Yeah.
then we might, the trend might go up again and not down as we saw the last 6 days.
Yeah. So as mentioned in the Wall Street Journal, family is Italy's great strength, no? How's the care for seniors?
The care for seniors, yes, good to you mentioned it because now they have appointed an organization who will check on seniors in their houses.
Okay.
The seniors are prioritized when it comes to groceries. There's an organization who brings groceries to the houses of seniors and also in the home care. So they are prioritized here since they are the most fragile.
How about children and their schooling? How is it now?
The children who are in elementary, starting elementary up to university, they are doing online classes.
Okay.
The ones that are in kindergarten,
Okay.
we keep on communication with the teachers through social media. So through WhatsApp, they send assignments that they can do to spend their time. So they're not always on their gadgets and watching TV. So the teachers send projects to do together with the parents. So it's also time to bond parents and children.
But as we know that just like Filipinos, they're family-centered, Italians are. So there are multi-generational also households in Italy. Does this pose a danger to the seniors or to the older citizens in there?
In a way, yes, but I have also seen families who observe social distancing inside their home. So if they have, for example, a nonna or a grandmother inside their house put together with them, they make sure that they don't expose her too much by I don't know, hugging or kissing too much or
Okay. So
things like that.
physical distancing, yeah.
Yes, also at home there's social distancing.
All right. Thank you very much, Mia, for your time, and
Thank you.
stay healthy.
You too there. So this is Mia San Vicente Abad reporting from Rome, Italy. We live in interesting times.